Hello everyone, my name is David. Today we are going to take a look at another horrible case with you. This story is from the Patan district in Gujarat, that is very beautiful state of India. There was a very successful businessman named Narendra Bhai Patel who lived there with his family. His family included his daughter, son, daughter-in-law, and granddaughter, making a total of 5 people living together in one house. Narendra Bhai had raised his children very well, as he had a good amount of money. His son gradually began working with him, and he was very diligent and respectful. Narendra Bhai made sure his daughter was also well educated, leaving no stone unturned in her studies. After college, his daughter, Kinari Ben Patel, pursued medical studies and became a dentist. After some time, Narendra Bhai arranged the marriage of his son, Jigar, to a woman named Bhumi. So his wife was a dentist and Kinari was also a dentist. Everything was really good at home. Everyone was very happy and loved each other a lot. But after January 2019, Jigar, who was perfectly healthy and had no illness, suddenly fell sick. His vision started to fade and he could barely see. He began to say strange things and various health issues kept coming up for him. Everyone was worried, wondering what was happening to him because he was so healthy before, and now he was constantly facing health issues. They went to doctors who assured them that a good doctor would be able to help him and that medication could resolve it, and there was nothing else to worry about. But his condition didn't improve, even after extensive treatments. Then on May 5th, Narendra Bhai took his children to their ancestral village for a function they had to attend. He arrived there with daughter-in-law, granddaughter, and son. They stayed overnight, planning to return home the next day. However, as they were preparing to leave, Jigar's health suddenly worsened. Realizing he needed to see a doctor, he quickly ran to the car but couldn't find the car keys. He looked everywhere, asked around, but the keys were nowhere to be found. Then he fainted, seeing which his family, his sister, father, and wife, rushed him to the hospital. Then he took him to the hospital, but shortly after arriving, Jigar passed away there. When his family heard the news, they were deeply distressed. They asked the doctor what happened, and he explained that Jigar had been ill and his death was due to that illness. The family then discussed the matter of Jigar's body, whether to conduct a post-mortem, but they decided against it, saying, "What will we gain by doing a post-mortem?" So the family took Jigar's body home with no suspicions, just believing he had died from his illness. They performed Jigar's last rites and time moved on. About 25 days passed after Jigar's death, and then came May 30th. Jigar's wife, Bhumi, and his daughter, Mahi, started feeling unwell. This worried the family. Jigar had just passed away, and now both of them had fallen ill. They quickly took them to the hospital, but the 14-month-old daughter could not be saved. Bhumi survived, but the family was shaken by these events, wondering what was happening in their home. Everyone had been fine before, but now they wondered why this year was bringing such illness and loss. When Mahi passed away, Narendra Bhai began to feel that it wasn't a natural death. He suspected someone might have been involved. He thought back to when Jigar had died and remembered that just the next day, Jigar's only sister appeared completely unaffected by her brother's death. She was laughing, chatting, listening to music, and seemed happy in her own world. Her behavior didn't show any sign of grief, and it was as if Jigar's death had no impact on her. This struck her father as very strange. He wondered why she seemed so indifferent. If someone in the family had died, why didn't she seem to care? After Mahi's death, her behavior remained the same. She acted just as she had before and continued her habit of gambling, something she even did around the time of Jigar's death. Then it occurred to Narendra Bhai that he hadn't done a post-mortem for Jigar, but he was determined to have one done for Mahi. When Mahi's post-mortem report came back, it revealed that she had been given a slow poison, a type that works gradually until it takes a person's life. Bhumi's blood was tested as well, and it showed traces of the same poison. Now, Narendra Pai was troubled and began to wonder who could be behind it. Though he suspected his own daughter, he couldn't openly accuse her without evidence. So, after performing Mahi's last rites, Narendra Pai spoke to Bhumi and advised her to go to her maternal home for her safety. He told her that as long as she wished, she could stay there. Bhumi found it very strange that she was being told she wasn't safe in her own home and they were sending her back to her parents' house. After Bhumi went to her parents' house, then Narendra Pai spoke to his daughter Kinari. She said, "For the past month I've been watching you and your behavior has not been right at all. The 2 deaths that happened in the house, I'm convinced they weren't natural. They happened because of someone, and that someone is none other than you. You are responsible for those 2 deaths. You killed them. So, is it true? Tell me quickly." Narendra Pai didn't expect a response but was shocked at what he heard. His daughter said, "Yes, I killed them both, and I was supposed to kill Bhumi as well, but she survived, and now you've sent her to her parents' house, which makes my work harder. How am I supposed to kill her now?" Listening to such things from his own daughter left Narendra Pai speechless. His mind went blank. His daughter was harming her own family. Narendra Pai then said to her, "If you've killed them, maybe it was my fault in how I raised you. I couldn't instill the right values in you. But on one side I have my son and my granddaughter who died because of you, and on the other side there's my daughter who took the lives of 2 people. Even if I keep your secret, I'll never be able to forgive myself for saving a murderer, even if that murderer is my daughter. And I cannot overlook what you did. You must be punished for your actions. I won't let your crime go unpunished, and I will ensure you this." After saying this, Narendra Pai went to the police station, where he narrated a story and filed a report claiming that his daughter was responsible for the death of his son and granddaughter. Meanwhile, Kinari did not stop her father from going to the police station and simply said, "I don't know how this crime happened by my hands, but yes, it did." The new evidence was a video confession in which Kinari admitted to killing her brother, Jigar, and her niece, Mahi, as well as attempting to kill her sister-in-law. When this video reached the police, they arrested Kinari. When police arrived at the station, they questioned her, and this story came to light. Kinari and her brother lived together, but their personalities were very different. Her brother was more responsible and took care of the household, while Kinari was not as responsible. She began to feel that all their relatives and family members gave more attention to her brother and ignored her. This feeling slowly grew toxic in her mind. Later, her brother got married and Bhumi joined the family. Bhumi was also a dentist and, being friendly, she quickly won over all the family members, who grew fond of her within a few days. Even relatives admired her, praising her openly. Since she and Kinari shared the same profession, but Bhumi excelled in it, Kinari's jealousy only grew stronger. By now, she had filled herself with so much poison against her own family that she had decided to remove her brother and sister-in-law from her path. Then she thought, "I'll eliminate her too." Initially, she hadn't considered harming Mahi, but later the idea struck her that if Mahi died along with her parents, then her father's enormous wealth, worth billions, would pass solely to Kinari with no other heirs. So she began to strategize how to eliminate them one by one without raising any suspicion. Being a doctor, she already had some knowledge of various things, so she started researching on the internet. She came across a fact that the seed of datura, a toxic plant, could gradually poison someone, damaging their internal organs over time. She bought the poison and began secretly administering it to her brother. Every day when he returned home from work, she would mix a small amount into his water and give it to him, causing his health to deteriorate bit by bit. She told the jeweler that she needed this cyanide poison for dental work, explaining that some of her patients needed gold teeth, and this substance was required in the process. Seeing her as a young girl and a dentist, the jeweler trusted her and sold it to her, thinking it might genuinely be for her medical work. She had slowly kept all the poison with her in a capsule. She also started giving it slowly to her brother and sister-in-law. She began with small doses, thinking if they died together, the suspicion would fall directly on her. So she decided to kill them separately, starting with her brother. Gradually, her brother's health deteriorated significantly. When they went to their ancestral mansion, his health worsened because she had given him water laced with poison. After drinking it, he fell ill. She then told him that she had medicine for him and gave him the poison capsule. Along with the capsule, she made him drink more of the poisoned water, which led to such a large intake of poison that he could not survive that day. Then, 25 days after Jigar's death, when Mahi's health deteriorated, she had already given her poisoned water. When Mahi started feeling unwell after drinking that water, she said, "Wait, I have medicine." She then put the same poisoned capsule in Mahi's mouth. She hadn't given the capsule to Pumi because she wanted to first kill Mahi and then Pumi. As a result, Mahi died first. Now, she thought there wouldn't be a post-mortem for Mahi either, so she only had to give poison water to the Pumi once more and then the capsule, and she would die too, clearing her path. However, before she could do that, her father became suspicious and had a post-mortem done. Because her father now felt that his daughter was laughing with her friends, going out with them, gambling, listening to music, and dancing after the death of her brother. It didn't seem to affect her at all after the death of her brother Dot. Even when Mahi was sick in the hospital, it didn't seem to matter to her, because after her son's death, her daughter-in-law and granddaughter were going through difficulties. But she showed no concern, as if it didn't matter to her whether she was alive or dead, sick or fine. This indifference continued even in the hospital, which led Narendra to suspect his own daughter. He then had a post-mortem done, and all the truth came out before him. He sent his daughter-in-law back to her parental home, saying that she should leave quickly. If she stayed, she wouldn't survive either. He told her to save her life and then asked his daughter about everything. After presenting all her testimony and confessions to the police, a charge sheet was prepared against Kinari. In court, her own father testified against her, stating that his daughter had killed his son and granddaughter and attempted to kill her daughter-in-law. He declared that his daughter had committed a grave crime by killing her own family. There was no reason for her to kill a 14-year-old girl so brutally. In April 2022, Kinari was sentenced to life imprisonment, and now she is in jail. She ruined not only her own life, but also the lives of her brother, her sister-in-law, and that little girl. The girl lost her life, and her sister-in-law carried the burden of grief throughout her life. Kinari thinks all people, all relatives doing negative discussions about her at home, and the household did not treat her well. Therefore, she developed enmity towards her own relatives, including her brother, which caused everyone's lives to be destroyed by her actions. So with that, the episode comes to an end right here. With that, we've covered another tragic case. To listen to it, tap on the video displayed on the screen. If you appreciate our efforts, like and share this video. If you haven't subscribed, do so now. Thank you.